It goes, a man because a man when the pride he has gives God to the pride he had. I am whoever I dream to be. Strength in a man is not in the rock he lifts or the punch he throws, but the faith in the man that he himself knows he needs to be. See, in my eyes, the dream is us. Single for life turns to single once, then never single again. But in hate comes pain. Pain of the past. Pain of the new with the fear of what we have yet to see. And what we have yet to see lets the curious mind wander as the sun sets on a new day. New rules of the drive to control a whole nother land. See, it's not an end. It's a new beginning. So let the rain pass. Let the blunt ash. And live. From Sacramento, California. And Thomas is where I stay. Been here my whole life. St. Louis is my second home. Shout out to St. Louis. They held me down, but all my life, I'm a Sac nigga. You know what I mean? Like I got into music off being annoyed at what I was hearing. You know what I'm saying? Like you could turn on the radio any day and hear some whack shit. I started rapping when I was 11. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't go in with the mind frame that I have to be better. You know what I mean? Like nobody made me feel like I had to be better. I felt like I already was. I just didn't have the right platform to let people know that. You know what I mean? I can't say it was anything specific. It's the same reason I started. Not liking what you hear. I mean, identifying what's real and what's fake. You know what I mean? Like anybody can play give me an artist that's hot right now.
Drake.
Anybody can play Drake. You feel me? But when you listen to Drake lyrics, like a lot of people think that's deep. That's not deep. That's not deep. That's my whole motive. My motive is, what is hip hop? What is rap? What is R&B? Like what is the real? What's the real motive behind what people do? Why do they call hip hop hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Why do they call R&B R&B? They don't call it hip hop because people hop on the track and say, oh, I got bitches, I got bitches, I got bitches. Because that's not hip hop. And my whole thing is getting people to understand what hip hop is and what it isn't. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Why do you think people don't express themselves a whole lot?
Fear. You know, like I never tell you I don't fear nothing, but I definitely don't fear representing myself. Like I'll never turn down the opportunity to represent myself. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I want to represent myself?
We're finally here at Natomas High School.
This is my high school. This is where my life. This is that 4 years that they always talk about. Put it like that. Those aren't right there. I wonder what they had those for. Class of 2018. Boy, I'm officially old. That class is 7 years after me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, this is my high school. This is where I went to school at. This is where I had my first outside dance. That's outside dance. I kissed the ugliest bitch in the school over there. This is where a lot of stuff happened. I actually performed a lot of times on this stage right here. This is I blessed this stage from the Thomas High School so many times. My heart's right here. Every time I get a chance to stand in this spot, my heart is right here. About a whole school right here performing. Imagine that, a whole school right here. I ain't got nothing but 2 speakers and a microphone. I got a whole school right here. My name is Andre Red. I grew up, my younger years were more happy. You know what I mean? I didn't have too much of a reason to be mad at much until I started understanding and comprehending more. People like, once you get out of, once you get out of puberty, you feel what I'm saying? You get out of puberty, that's when you start seeing things from a different perspective. That's when you start noticing how fucked up this world really is. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start understanding that everything you see on TV, everything you see on the internet is not real. So I say probably my first 10, 11 years of life, I really didn't care about much at all. You know, I didn't have this rebellious spirit at all. You know what I mean? When I started seeing how people glorify see, when you see people glorify a life and hype up a life that isn't theirs, you know what I mean? Like I'll never tell you that I'm a gangster. Despite what my battle rap may say about anything, like people look at my battles and they're like, oh, these people claim they really shoot shit up, and people think that it's so what's the word I'm looking for? People think it's so outrageous when people like start, oh, you really don't shoot them guns. I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. But when I went into my personal struggle, it was you know, the person that I learned the most from, I spent most of my life despising. So I can't really sit, like, when you're talking about a life story, a lot of people want that soundbite. A lot of people want that, what happened to you that was so bad. I don't have that story for you, man. You know, I was a nigga that grew up, and I understood what was to the left and to the right. That's why I succeeded. If you don't understand where you are and where other people are, that's when you start to understand that's when you succeed. You don't succeed by making all that money, because if you make all that money and don't understand it, what's the point? You're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose that success just because you don't understand what success really is. You know, you got to understand where you're at, and I don't feel like I deserve a life story until I step into my own life. You know what I mean?
Your hands upon,
Yeah.
a dead man's gun, and you're looking down the sights.
Define myself as an artist? It depends on what you're talking about. Me as an artist, I would say my work, my projects, I'd say conscious, alive and realizing what's going on around the world today. I say conscious, open to different things. I also say, in some cases, random. You never know when you're gonna feel like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck it. I feel like jumping a spur of the moment. You know, everybody has that spur of the moment where they wake up, or you ever wake up and you're like, you know what, today, I don't care where it's at, I'm just gonna party. There's days I wake up and I feel that way about the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like today, like I wake up and I'm like, today, I don't care how, I don't care where. You know what I'm saying? Like something crazy is gonna come out today. And those are normally the times where I create that jam that you can jam, that you can rock out to. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta let people know that you see them. You know what I mean? You gotta let people know that you see them.
So for somebody for the first time hearing your name, Dre-Runn, what track would you send in their direction to really get a good sense of who you are as an artist?
The Legendary Fuck Up. The Legendary Fuck Up is a track crafted purely of pain. You know what I mean? You know, when everybody has had that feeling. You know what I mean? That it's over for you. There's nothing you can do. Everything bad then came crashing down, and if you died tomorrow, you'd feel better. Everybody has been there, you know, and I feel like that's for somebody's personal tribute. If you want to know who I am, that's something you have to hear, because that's when I was in that moment. That's when I was ready to end it all. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm one of those people where I've never wanted to commit suicide, but I wouldn't have minded if I was where that stray bullet landed. You know what I mean? Like everybody has felt like that, and for people that have, I think it'll be a good time. I think it'll be a good way to give you that boost of confidence to keep going.
So, on your upcoming projects, what is your aim?
Unity. Unity. Everything that should keep you out of the industry is what I want. But I want to go to the industry with it. So, with something like that, it's what's the motive? You know what I mean? Obviously you want unity, but how do you achieve it? That's my question. You know, I don't even know how I'd achieve something like that, because I can speak, they don't gotta listen. So I have my own challenge. How do I get millions of people to pay attention to something that the media doesn't want you to see?
Okay. So in a world where everything is perfect, where is Dre-Runn?
St. Louis. Like, easy. In a world where everything's perfect, I mean, I'm in St. Louis with two cars on Eastgate. You know what I'm saying? I can count on both hands 8 people that are happy I just said that. You know what I mean? Like, St. Louis is my second home, man. Like, I definitely be there with my family. You know what I mean? I owe a lot to them. Like, I say I'm from the West Coast, but St. Louis will always be in my heart. Just because what they showed me. I've never been shown anything like that from any other place in the world. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis showed me a lot. So, in a world where, in a perfect world, I'm in St. Louis, man. Straight up.
What's a success look like for you?
Just like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, my end of the road is in St. Louis. You know, success is I've already toured Europe, Japan. You know what I'm saying? I've already done everything I'm supposed to do, you know, as an artist, you know what I mean? Like, I wanna perform at the highest of places. You know what I mean? I can't even name all the places I want to perform because I'm not even aware of all their existence yet. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go so far, but I want to come back to one of the simplest places of my life. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's when I know I'll be successful. When I've done everything I wanted to do and some, and I sleep in St. Louis every night.
Yeah, I remember the days I was known, not alone. Man, I think about it now, man, those days are gone. Everybody steady frontin', tryna front they grown. They be lying through their teeth to be evading the bones of who we are, man, it's wrong. But the fight's not worth it. Cake by the crowd and you're only one person. Marissa, girl, I don't mean to scare you, I'm scared too. You say I got you travel for your love, I'm saying where to? Who am I, man, it sucks, I never know about it. All I have is driving, I don't think that I can push without it. No friends, all I have is foes. So I pack my bag so I can go and run.
Direction. We'll run from them with no conviction. 'Cause I'm just one of those ghosts traveling endlessly. Don't need no roads. In fact, they
standing on this building saying now I wanna give up. Things ain't getting better, there's nothing for me to live up. Go to jump off it right before I turn and look back, waiting for a voice to say, Dre, don't